I once saw a neighbor littering on purpose in my building's garden. She basically threw some trash that was in her car into our hedge. So I picked the trash and put it on her windshield and lifted the wipers, thinking naively that she would know someone saw her and use a trash can. Next morning, the car left, but the trash was laying on the parking spot. So I picked the trash up again, and this time, I took it home. A couple of days later, I saw the car again. I live in a densely populated area with many buildings. I don't know exactly where she lives. So I decided to ask my dad for some advice. See, my father is a really vindictive person, but at the same time prudent. He once followed some a-hole who cut an elder lady at a gas station queue just to deflate his tires. Anyways, I asked him what can I do to her car without damaging it but to make sure she'd be annoyed as hell, and he shared me his petty but harmless trick. Take a large zip tie, tie the two wipers, in lifted position, together, and tighten it as much as possible. I'm pretty sure my neighbor lives in a building, so she likely had to take the elevator back home to get some scissors. She was probably late for work that day. Of course, I left a note and the trash. I'll never know if it ended up somewhere else, but the note stated that if I were to find the trash again, I'd make damages next time. Pretty sure she's paranoid now. All of this to say, this is a simple but effective way to annoy someone. I shared the trick with friends who had someone parking on their reserved spot. They used it effectively. Since the most common story I see on this sub is their neighbors parking in front of their driveway, I figured I'd share it to y'all as well. Enjoy. Top comment. Back in the 80s, yes, I'm older, I gifted someone who flattened my tires with my late 1970s gas crisis locking gas cap. I had parked behind them in an area where two cars fit between driveways. They wanted both spaces I squeezed in. My advice? Don't vandalize a car leaving a note saying I parked too close when you drive a red Subaru wagon covered in Grateful Dead stickers on the same street. Someone shared, my mom's favorite trick was to use a squeeze bottle of margarine, yeah, they have them, and run a bead of butter on both windshield wiper blades. She'd also put a small blotch on the window so they'd have a reason to use their wipers when they got in the car. It takes a long time to clean butter off a window. Another said, I was accused of causing damage to another car whilst reversing dead slow close to where I live. The damage was already on his car, but he made a claim for it and for whiplash, caused issues with insurance. Around about a year later, I came home one rainy night and saw his car parked up with a rear window open. I popped over to the local shop and got a bottle of full-fat milk. All over the back seat it went. He changed his car 6 months later. Do you have a petty revenge trick up your sleeve? Share it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.